Rolling two.
This is in fine print, marker one.
Quiet down, kids. Ready, then? Action.
Oh, geez, I look like a tarantula here. How did I let myself go so long? Madeline? Shh. Look, I didn't say it's over. I said, Arthur, I think we need to take a break. I was clear, I was concise and clear.
I heard you, Bertha. It's not my eyesight that's going, not my hearing.
You aren't even listening to me.
Arthur, you said, we need to take a break.
Yeah, I said, I think we need to take a break. And he said, why, Bertha? Did I do something wrong? And then I said, maybe we need a little time apart to think about our future together. And then Arthur said, we've been going out for 6 months, so why don't
Arthur
we
said,
try-"
I said, he said, she said, gets the point already.
I don't think we share the same values.
What, he doesn't like pinochle?
Values, Madeline. I just don't, look, I can't date a man who called my daughter a tramp.
Which one?
Jennifer, what do you mean, which one?
Well, you have 3 daughters, don't you?
Madeline, sometimes you make me feel like
You know what,
crap.
don't interrupt, Bertha, it's just not attractive at your age.
I'm 8 months older than you.
Exactly, exactly. So now, do you want to make yourself useful?
What's that supposed to mean?
It means that you are a half hour early, which means that I am not responsible for anything I say for the next 30 minutes. So either sit down, be quiet, or get me a magnifying glass.
Where is it?
On the TV guide, next to the thermometer.
Aren't you feeling well, Maddie?
No, yes and no. I think I was coming down with the flu.
Oh my God, do you have the temperature? Why don't you just take some Tylenol or something?
No, but I did take my pulse.
And?
No, and I still have one, can I hurry? Oy. Edward Moreno, 44, was found mortally wounded with a knife in his chest on West 122nd Street near Lenox Avenue yesterday at 1:52 a.m. God.
What's wrong?
Oh my God.
No, you're scaring me, Madeline. What's the matter?
Listen, Moreno was rushed to St. Luke's Hospital where he died.
Oh my God, do you know him, darling? I mean, talk to me, Madeline. Is there something I can do for you? Anything?
My husband, my Seymour.
Come on, Seymour's been gone, Mamala. You want to call your son? I can call him for you. Do you want me to, what should I do for you, Maddie? Please, anything.
All right, listen, right after Hurricane Donna,
Yeah.
Seymour took me up on the IOT to Harlem. He had just read that book, Go Tell It on the Mountain by, what was the Schwarz's name that wrote it?
James Baldwin, I think it was. Yeah, Baldwin.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
So
that's
Mr. Baldwin used to hang out at some jazz bar up on 124th Street. Oh, he's such a dive, Bertha.
Oh my God,
Oh,
it's disgusting.
you would
I
die,
can't
you would
remember. I
die.
did. I went one time.
It's a shanta.
breathe.
It's
Today I
a
can't
shanta
breathe.
for the Goya,
Shanta.
for crying out loud. Anyway, there was a zebra papered back room, okay?
Yeah.
And a stage and a small kitchen, and we were starving because I had burnt the blueberry pancakes
Oh,
that
yeah.
day. And you know, my Seymour, he didn't like eggs. Not even my eggs in a basket.
Oh my God, I could eat them every day for the rest of my life. I swear to God, they're wonderful.
You should be so lucky. So anyway, so we ordered collard greens and chicken wings because, that's all my Seymour could afford at the time. And it's a sign, Bertha, it's a sign my time is running out.
Because you ate fried chicken in the 60s?
Lenox, okay? It was called the Lenox Lounge, and here it is again in black and white. Edward Moreno died on Lenox Avenue. Oh, it's an almond, Bertha, my days are numbered. Oh my God.
Madeline, I'm only going to tell you this once, okay? You know what Dr. O'Connell said?
What did that chick say?
He said that to follow two rules, okay? He said first, one I quoted, okay? Number one, exercise more, all right? Okay. And number two, don't read the obituaries. What the hell's wrong with you, Madeline?
You know, that's easy for you to say.
Oh, you think so? Really? And who just spent the weekend in Massachusetts?
Oh, what's that got to do with anything?
Didn't Arthur and I spend a 3-day weekend in the Berkshires? Huh, Maddie, didn't we? In the Berkshires? We spent there in Lenox, Lenox, Massachusetts.
You know, your daughter Jennifer is so rich so she could afford a house in the Berkshires. Well, my son, the lawyer, just bought a big house in the Poconos. Oh, you should see it. It's-
Madeline Schwartzbach, please. If you keep changing the subject, I swear to God, I'm going to kill you myself.
See, I told you my days are numbered.
Maddie, for God's sake, it's a figure of speech, Maddie. You know, look, I came over here to talk to you about Arthur, okay? Me and Arthur. Not this mishigas about omens and collard greens and dying, for God's sakes. You're not dying. And I hear you say all the time that you have nothing to look forward to. If I hear it again, I am going
What are you going to do? What are you going to jump out the window?
Yeah, the second floor window. And I'll flatten your honeysuckle hedge in the bargain.
We are not bargaining, young lady. And by the way, I don't like being threatened, okay? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have 25 more minutes to read my papers, and that's 25 more minutes to ignore you. And besides...
Besides what?
No. You know, you couldn't make a telephone call from the Berkshires. You're so involved with Mr. What's-His-Name that you couldn't even phone me.
Please, come on, you screen your calls. Come on, I left 4 messages.
Yeah, but you never said to call back. All you said was, I'm having such a wonderful time.
It was implied that everything was wonderful.
I'm not listening, okay? You're still 22 minutes early, and I have been looking forward to reading my papers all day. All day, Bertha, that's what I do, okay? Now get me that magnifying glass.
After you give me advice about Arthur. So here's the thing.
I'm not listening.
Arthur and I have been dating for a while now.
Oh,
and
I
it's just-
can't hear you.
It took me about a month just to talk him into traveling with me. His son thinks he's too fragile. I mean, the phlebitis, oh my God, his high blood pressure, oh my God, good balls. I'll tell you, last month, I parked in the front of the A&P to pick up some sauerkraut. You should try it. Arthur likes sauerkraut.
Gives me gas.
Oh, come on. Everything gives you gas. Try it with sesame seeds. You should try it on something, Maddie. And when he went ahead and put a quarter in the meter, so he falls off the curb. Yeah. Some things happen, you know? They do. They really do.
I don't know. I haven't heard a word you said.
So, when I drove Arthur home, you listening to me? You
Do I have a
listening to me?
choice?
Yeah. His son looks at the scrape on his leg, right? Okay? Honestly, it wasn't any bigger than a Hebrew national. So maybe it was his pink, though. And Arthur's son, he looks at the little bruise, and then he looks up at me, and I pause. And he looks at me, he says, like, you're poison. You're poison. Yeah, you're poison. And then he's looking at me like he had darts in his eyes. Can you believe it?
I can't believe anything. I don't know anything, and I haven't been listening to anything, so I don't know.
Leslie, I said. Oh my God, his son's name is Leslie? What kind of a sugar would name a son Leslie? Leslie Levitsky. Oh, he's right. Oh my God. Can it get any worse than that?
Don't ask me, because I'm not listening.
I said, Leslie, bad things happen to good people. It's not like he broke your hip or his hip or whatever. I mean, it was an accident, right? We're not getting any younger, you know? So the truth of the matter is, Leslie thinks I'm not good enough for his father. And his daughter-in-law, my God, she's even worse. She pretends that she doesn't know who I am when I call, which isn't often. It's too, it's humiliating. That's what it is. Oh my God. I'm a grown woman, Madeline. And I don't think I deserve that kind of treatment. Sometimes sometimes I think they're afraid of that. Maybe Arthur is interested in, you know what, marrying me.
Make it legal, Mr. Siegel. I didn't say anything. I'm not listening.
Not that I'm ready for marriage. I mean, and not that he asked or anything. But the girls are grown and, well, What would happen if we did get married? It's not a crime, is it? Is it?
No, it's not a crime.
My youngest, my Jennifer, she's married 3 times already, and she's 52. Ma, she says, I'm in the prime of my life. My God, honestly, Maddie, she takes after her father in the romance department, because cross my heart, he had a different suitor every night. Every
Slut.
night, I'm talking. One night she had somebody in, he rode in on a motorcycle. And another one stayed and ate a bowl of cornflakes for breakfast. Without a shirt on, I almost died. Let me tell you. Maybe Arthur's right.
Slut.
You could have used a better choice of words. Maybe your daughter's loose, something soft, or your daughter is very sociable. I don't know, it's depressing because, oh my God, I like the man. I mean, I could even imagine spending the rest of my life with him, even if he doesn't like pinochle.
Bertha, what is wrong with you? If you have feelings for this Arthur, then why are you sitting here moaning and groaning about your slut daughter and sauerkraut and a selfish son who doesn't know any better and bop, 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 bop. Pick up the phone and call him already.
Should I maybe wait for Arthur to call me?
What century do you live in? Go pick him up, pick up the phone, call him and apologize. And tell him the truth. For crying out loud, you only live once. It's been 3 weeks already.
But I'm afraid that maybe his son...
Oh, so who gives a crap about
Huh?
Lester Levinsky or whatever his name is? Did it ever occur to you that that son might be jealous of you? Yes, you.
But that's crazy.
Okay, now, hear me out here. Whose idea was it for him to go live with them? For Arthur to move in with his kids?
Yeah, with Leslie's.
Mhm.
After Arthur had that knee